There's nothing like the look on someone's face the first time they see projection mapping. For years, it was only for big venues, big budgets, technical experts. But what if anyone could do it? What if you could do it? What if your family could turn your own home into something unforgettable in minutes? Now you can. With illumibot, all it takes is your voice, a projector, and your imagination. You point a projector at any surface. You say what you want. No learning curve, no complicated setup. Just point, prompt, play. What used to take teams of experts now happens in seconds using just your phone and a projector. From kids to adults, from homes to entire communities, people everywhere are creating their own experiences with illumibot, and they're loving it. It's not just for holidays, not just Halloween or Christmas. It's birthdays, events, businesses, or just a random night that turns into something unforgettable. This is personalized projection mapping, made simple. illumibot. Point, prompt, play. There's nothing like the look on someone's face.
Hi everyone, it's August 27th and welcome back to tonight's illumibot live show. I'm your new host, Skelly Arroyo. I have replaced Ross from his hosting responsibilities. Just like illumibot users know, AI is better than a real human. Less chance for errors. Hey Sal, you're next, buddy. Okay folks, let's get started with tonight's live.
I'm not Sal.
You put yourself on.
How? I didn't do it. Good morning, everybody.
My gosh.
Hey, we almost got the timing right on that.
We're going to fix that in post, Ross, all right? We're going to make that much
post.
smoother.
It's not a live show. It's not a live show. No one will notice. It's fine. Oh, that's what makes it fun, right? I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. It's so crazy to me that we do a live show every Thursday. It's just like,
oh my gosh,
it was an idea. We should do this, and we're just going to stick to it. Our first, anyway, I think we've talked about this in the past, but our first shows when we tried this years ago were train wrecks. Oh man. Anyway.
well,
but
we
even
had planned that to go a lot smoother tonight, right? I mean, we thought that would go a lot smoother, but you know,
I don't know.
best laid plans.
Best laid. Ask the chat. Did anybody enjoy our attempt to trick you? It's tricky month. We're trying to trick you all month. We got a whole tricking campaign we'll talk about in a bit. Yeah. Anyway, I enjoyed it. Hey, go ahead.
I was going to say that was a special gift from a special friend of ours, and he is he's here with us. Why don't we bring him on, Mr. Idaho Skelly?
Those of you who have seen the show and followed it,
hold on, guys.
Look at this guy right here. This guy on the screen is responsible for kittens and donuts across the country. It's his fault.
I'm thinking about getting a tattoo.
Oh, is that what it is? Kelly Jean, thank you. I do need to lose weight. That's my diet plan, to be a skeleton. That was awesome. Hey, Idaho, how are you, bro?
Pretty good, guys. Thanks for having me on again. I thought maybe you learned your lesson the first time, but clearly that's not the case.
We have short memories. We're glutton for punishment. We must have had fun last time. Yeah.
Good to know. Yeah, I love doing that. I mean, me and Sal, we did, I don't know, Sal, how many takes it took me to get everything hammered out, but I'm going to have a lot of fun with this guy this year. I'm actually going to use that program in the 12-foot Ultra Skelly that just came out from Home Depot. That'll greet all our guests this year out front.
Nice.
So this software works on the 6-foot Ultra Skelly, the 12-foot brand new one, and the new Lethal Lily witch that came out this year from Home Depot. And I was talking to the creator this morning. He was telling me that there's a Santa Claus coming out. Home Depot just dropped today. Same thing. That's Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So this
Home Depot's rocking it on some stuff. They really are.
I'm telling you, man. They've
They have
got
their
some
own,
amazing stuff.
There's like a Facebook group of people that are watching for the Halloween drops at Home
It's
Depot.
JCP.
That's
Penelope
Jennifer's
Cruz.
groups.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
got
on
the
that.
group, man.
I think she's got
Yeah,
what, like 2 million followers on her Facebook pages.
Yeah,
It's
I was
crazy.
talking to her yesterday. We were chatting, and she's just running around with her head like a chicken, something, that whatever, you know what I mean, that thing. A lot. This is like the season, and all the drops are dropping, and so
Well,
yeah, she's rocking it.
When we were in St. Louis at the show, I couldn't figure out a good spot to meet her. I wanted to meet her. I've talked to her a lot on the internet, and I met her at your booth, the illumibot booth. So that's where I got to meet her when we were in St. Louis at the big show. So it was kind of nice putting a face.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, Paul Andrews in there, and he's chatting the latest chat. He says, I don't know if I'm more jealous of Idaho or Dawn and all their toys. You know, okay, so let's bookmark this.
We don't
Sal,
talk about that.
Let's bookmark. We should have because it's related, sort of. I mean, it's our community. We go a little into the lives of the community, but all of the toys. I'll bet you we could have a toy feature of all the cool stuff that everybody's made of this community that we've grown, and just it's show and it's like show and tell. We should have a show and tell, a full-on show and tell show. That's the show. We're just showing and telling.
I mean, we're kind of doing it tonight, right? So Idaho brought on a skeleton. Later in the show, I'm going to show you a little a post that Don Cartier actually did. Again, everybody's getting ready for Halloween, and of course, illumibot's a huge part of that. But there are other things that we bring in.
That's right.
So we'll show you some of that tonight, and yeah, we can do more of that. Look, we could have a walkthrough at Don's house. I think that would be fun. You know what that looks like and stuff.
I think we should invite our community. Like, if you've got cool stuff in your yard, what are you doing with your stuff? We should really focus and feature a lot of our customers and all the things they do, both with the illumibot and just on their own. I think it's such an amazing community. It's such a good group. Why not? I think we should do that.
So, speaking of community, why don't we say a few hellos, as we always do, to some of the folks out there. We've got Addicto Salviage, I think is how you say that. So, hey, welcome. That's the first time I think I've seen that name. So welcome to the show. You mentioned Paul is out there already, Mr. Landry.
Don's out there.
Don's out there. Miriam. We have Chloe. I saw Andy Ellis is out there.
Yep, there's Andy. Andy's got his notebook. He's got his notebook. He takes notes on the shows. He's got the magic notebook. I love it.
That's right. That's right. We've got, let's see, Cincinnati Ghostbusters. I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. Ross, you saw some of my gear there.
Yeah.
Well, when you were at my house.
Yeah, Cincinnati Ghostbusters would have a hard time proving to me that they got anything on you for that, for sure.
Let's see, Bad versus Evil. I like that. Brandon Sanders and Kelly Jean is out there. We already saw Kelly Jean telling you you needed a sandwich, I think, or you lost a bit of weight.
Yeah, something like that. I think, or stop eating sandwiches. I don't know what she was trying to say.
Nah, she was saying you were that skeleton. You look very thin.
I know. I like self-deprecating. That's fine. We got Puerto Rico, JC from Puerto Rico.
Yes, indeed. And I think I covered. Well, we got Raquel out there as well. So hey, Raquel, she's always out to join us.
Love Raquel.
Idaho, did you just mention when you talked about the skeleton the software, or do you want me to play that little clip? You tell me.
Well, you can play the clip, but Bad versus Evil is actually Kenny, the guy who invented this software. And I'll just give you my 2 cents. So about 3 weeks ago, I found out about this thing through some TikToks and YouTube and all this other stuff. And man, I started playing with it. And, I'm not the youngest guy, and I'm not, I'm okay with electronics, but not too crazy. This poor guy, I harassed him for like 4 days straight to show me how to get everything dialed in. He's been amazing to, help for free, and he doesn't charge anything for the software. So, but yeah, he's willing to help anybody who wants to do this, which is really cool. But yeah, like I say, if he can put up with me, he can pretty much help anybody out there to get this thing set up. So, but yeah,
well, let's take a look at your skeleton one more time, and he can tell us about it if he wants to play. Come on now. Here we go. Here we go.
Thanks to Kenny Ulrichs over at ultraskelly.com. If you own an Ultra Skelly, a 12-foot Ultra Skelly, or the new Home Depot Lethal Lily, and want to install this software, please visit ultraskelly.com.
And we're back. Here we go. Here we go. Much better view. So check that out, ultraskelly.com. I think you just like it because it's got Skelly in the name.
I think that was definitely a hook, but why not?
I was going to try to find a giant donut and a kitten, like a stuffed animal for him to hold, but I didn't have enough time, man. Sorry.
Yeah. One day. Yep. Hey, Rocker Chef Shane comes in, says, first time here, just discovered illumibot a couple of days ago, and I so want one. I think you should get one. We would love to have you part of the family.
Two.
Right. Yeah, pick two, my lord. Yeah, love to have you. All right.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, I think we were talking about community. We should get into maybe our first segment. So let's do it. Let's do it. Here we go, gang.
Community. Community Spotlight.
All right, it's the Community Spotlight, gang. And as you know, each week, this is when we celebrate the things that you're sharing on the community. So this week we have a bunch of clips, actually, or a bunch of photos that I grabbed from the Facebook webpage from Les Fowler. If you've been on the Facebook page this week, Les got his stuff set up, and man, he's been going to town. He's put out a lot of posts. So, even the little bit that I'm going to show doesn't do it justice. So check out all of Les's posts. But here we go. Let's take a look at this. Whoop. It's going to be one of these nights. Here we go. So I just love the colors on these. This was like his summer week. I just thought he did some neat stuff with this.
Might have to steal some of those prompts.
I don't know. I thought those were some cool colors. He is also the one that, if you remember this week, he had hit his trees. He had mapped his trees into the shot. So he's got kind of this like giant ghoul that kind of reaches down. I probably should have grabbed that one as well, because that was pretty neat. Pretty neat effect. He was actually overshooting and able to hit his trees and bring it into the shot, and it worked. I remember seeing you do that, Ross. I think you were playing with the Beast or something and hitting trees in your backyard or something.
Oh,
if I'm
yeah, I did that with just the grid, and it freaking looked like Minecraft. Like I was really in Minecraft for real. Like I walked into my backyard, and the patterns, the way that it skipped, it just was it was just weird. It was awesome. I love these colors. They really pop, man. And on black, and I mean, even if you have a subpar projector, this is one of those tricks that if you can do this on a subpar projector, you get more bang for your buck. It's just like black and white. You run these high neon colors, and you can get away with it.
Yeah. Now it looks really great. He's doing great stuff. Keep at it, Les. Nice work. The next one we have is Merc Mode Assassino. Merc Mode every week is putting stuff out there. This one was, I'm starting on some Christmas prompts. So let's take a look.
It doesn't look like a Christmas prompt.
He did say Christmas props, right?
That's what he
interesting.
said.
Unless
I think
I
it's one of
unless I
those
mixed
hooks
it
that-
up.
It's
Look,
an
I could have
interesting
mixed it up.
Christmas.
I could have mixed it up. He did have this other thing that did look like Christmas too, like but Halloween. So I don't know. Maybe that's mixed up, but he's again putting out some cool stuff. I like that black light effect. That's what that reminds me of.
Actually,
right?
black light. Yeah. Andy Ellis
Sure.
just wrote high neon colors in the notebook.
There you go.
Yes, good call.
There
Andy,
you
good call.
go. He's picking up things. All right. Our next page. Hey, Idaho. I think this is all you, huh? Tribute tonight for Dolly and my wife.
You guys are lucky I didn't wear the rhinestone dress tonight. We talked about it. So
That would have been very nice. It would have been very
Could have
nice.
been entertaining.
no, my wife came to me the day she passed, and she says, "With all that stuff you have, can you go put something on the house for Dolly?" I'm like, "Absolutely, honey." So,
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
That's it.
Went out there and knocked that out. I actually borrowed that prompt from the community. I can't remember whose prompt that was.
I was going to say, I saw on the community several of these pop up where people were really putting their Dolly Parton tributes. My wife even asked me about that when I got home, and I said, "Yeah, the community's rocking it."
Andy actually did one as well, right? He did a prompt out there for this. I just think it's great that people are paying homage to Dolly Parton. What a loss this was to lose her. But here we go. Let's take a closer look. The mix with your lights. I think you said they were jelly lights, right?
Yeah, jellyfish. Yeah.
Look, they're not even washing it out or anything, and I think that's pretty cool. It all just blends so well. So very nice, very very nice. So I really like that. And then the next one, it's got these kind of fit well together. I didn't even plan that, but the pink with the pink in both. This is Grand Theft Auto 6 vibes from Mark Wise. So again, those colors just pop, and I like kind of the neon sign sort of look going on there.
Yeah, pretty cool. That's on his house.
Yeah,
I like those.
So very cool there. Yeah, just some neat stuff from the community. And thank you all. Continue to post on the community. We love seeing that stuff, and maybe you'll see it on the next live.
You never know.
You never know. Just wrote high neon colors. Yeah. So what do you have in store for us tonight, Ross? I'm just wondering, what was your plans?
Can you flip to the camera, Tristan?
Here, I can do it. You want me to add it to the stage?
Oh yeah.
There we go. Ooh.
Oh, there we go. So look, I just went to the good old default. I don't know why we put it at an angle like that. So just to show we can, I guess. I'm doing this, just doing some prompts, cranking them out, pulling stuff from the community. I found somebody's Beetlejuice through some worm thing going on there. But I am doing it from illumifun. And illumifun is different because there's no bot. It's just this cable underneath, plugged straight to the back of the projector. And when you're in fun mode, and what we're doing right now is really trying to gear up and simplify and really make it easier to operate and work with. So illumifun is an easy way to kind of dip your toe in and try it out before you commit to a bot. We've got, so won't talk about stuff coming down, but yeah, it's just been great. So I'm just testing out the interface. If we find any prompts in there on the show tonight, I've got it right here in my hand, and we'll crank out a few of those. So
very cool. So remember that, folks. Tonight, put your prompts out there for us, and we'll try to get them up on the dollhouse. Ross, I was thinking about, honestly, I think you got a little spoiled with the Beast. Now you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave the office anymore since you don't have access to your Beast. You got to get out there and schlep the projector like the old days. You'd be up in front of somebody's house, out in the cold, doing it.
I'm surprised he didn't pull the car seat out of the Beast, and he's sitting in his house.
Yes, I do miss the beast. I was driving by a new construction right on the main drag here, and it's all white paper, like before they put the brick or whatever on, and it's just screaming project at me, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pull right up there and hit it, and I'm like, I don't have a beast where I can just pull in with 20,000 lumens and pop that thing. I was also driving to a client down on the coast, and one of the water towers was getting a paint job. And so they had all those big cloth where they wrapped the whole thing to block the wind from the paint. So the water tower was a big old massive white sheet. And I'm like, oh man, I pulled off to go see it. And then I just realized again, dang it, Todd's got the beast. He used it last night. He had a whole municipality and a bunch of people out. He had, he's absolutely having a good time and loving it. So I'm working on beast number 2, 3, and 4 right now to get those cooking. Just need to hurry up and get them back. Cool. So I'm back in the hot seat again.
Very, very cool. Very cool. So we have another segment tonight. It's a new segment. Why don't we jump in and we'll take a look at that. Bright ideas, folks. Bright ideas. This week we had on Facebook, Ron Baldwin brought up a problem he basically had. He said, hey, when an image is created, it's getting clipped off based on the mask. You can see how it clipped in the prompt. And that's what this middle box is the prompt itself. You can see the image is kind of cut off at the windows of the garage door. It's just projecting on the garage door. And he said, any ideas on how to adjust the image to match the mask? And a couple people responded, but I thought we would open it up to our audience and see if anybody has any ideas. You can't answer yet, Ross, because if you give your ideas away, then
I think it's okay. This is like quiz time to our people in the comments. All right, guys, those who are here, how do you fix this?
How would you handle it, gang?
How do you fix this? Let's just write it in the comments. What do you do to fix that scenario?
Is the correct answer get a hold of Michael?
No, that is not the correct answer. Hey, look, I tried to call Michael. I had a panic attack a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I was like, Michael wouldn't answer me. If he's probably not watching. You know why he's not watching? Here, it's so crazy. So like I'm saying, dude, I need to talk to you. I need to catch up to you. We got to talk. And it was for a while, and I know it's working because I'm seeing all the support tickets. I'm seeing everything come in. Michael's popping on them. So we finally get in there, and I'm assuming like all these things like, man, are you in the hospital or whatever else? And no, he's just on with customers. Customers are more important than me, which is fun, which I'm right. It's not about. It's like, screw you, boss. I don't care. I'm talking to customers. You just have to wait. I think if Michael had to go to the hospital and they were operating, he would say, hey, hold on a second. I got my laptop here and my cell phone. Just catch me in between anesthesia. He would not let go. He's just wired hard like that. It's anyway, I finally got to talk to him and breathe a sigh of relief. We talked and synced up on a few things, and he loves people. He says, you know what? I love people too much. And he does. It's true.
Well, we're getting some responses here. So Steve Asensio says, be more specific on the prompts. Okay. Yeah, certainly. You could try that. Kelly Jean is saying you submit a ticket. I think we're going back to Michael
Kelly,
there.
But yes, Kelly. She could. Yeah, you could. And actually, hopefully we'll get a good AI answer on that to help out. Here's another one.
Yeah, Brandon Sanders, tell the AI to hold it in a certain area. Yep. All right. Yep. Andy, reprompt it with language stating to keep the image within the outlines of the house. I think these are all solid answers. What do you think, Idaho? Do you have any thoughts beyond what you were seeing there?
I'm sticking with the submitted ticket to Michael. I mean, that always works for me. It gets things fixed. So
right. Well, this one is not one
last night or the night before.
Yeah, this one's not one he would probably say what everyone's here on says. The trick for now is to really yell at your AI, and just not yell at, just say, hey, look, okay, what I really need you to do is stay within the frames. Don't cut off heads, don't chop off. Sometimes maybe shrink it a little bit is another technique I do. And even all those, sometimes it says, hey, I just want to go use this space. And it's partially because when the AI generates and there is space above, then it wants to utilize it. One definite thing, which I'm looking at his image here, and he did it right. Ron did, is he's maxing out the amount of space used, so he doesn't have a lot of leftover. He's zoomed in as far as he can pretty much zoom in on that image, and that's good. Right. You never want to leave. You want to milk every pixel you can out of it.
So here's what I was thinking, and I didn't try this, but I wonder if this would work too. What if you can download your location image, the image that you take of the door, of the garage door, or your house. What if he was to download that and erase everything except for the area that he wants to be the safe space to go in? I wonder if that would work. I mean, you're still masking that spot too, but I wonder if AI only saw just that area below the windows on the garage door.
No, it actually, even when because we do that sometimes, we'll like take out the stuff and cut it out, and it just says, nope.
Yeah,
I want to use my 16:9. or I just want to go
full
over
photo.
So the best thing to do is just really get more detailed and say, hey, look, I need you to. The head should. You can even say like the bike rider and everything should be 2/3 of the image. The lower 2/3 should fill that. You can just really talk to it like a human and say, hey, why are you doing that? Why don't you bring it down? And then you can dial in a little better.
Yeah. The other approach too that I would do is if I can't get that right, that AI verbiage right, I would probably ask like ChatGPT and say, hey, here's what it's doing. I'm doing it with whatever, Dream Pro, help me out with the language to get it to
give me a better language,
and then it'll help form a statement for you too. It won't be perfect, but at least it'll get you there closer, maybe too. So be nice to your AI. Cool. Yes, Brandon. Before the AI overlords take over, we do need to be nice. Do not yell at your AI.
Love it.
Let's see. So hopefully, if Ron is out there or watches this after the fact, hopefully, hopefully they got something out of this. So the next one we have is Kelly Jean, who's on the stream. Another bright idea. She has a severe case of illumibot. So for those who joined us, was it last week? I feel like it might have been last week. Kelly Jean, or last week or the week before, Kelly,
I think it was 2 weeks
had
ago.
Another one of these. Yeah, was it 2 weeks ago? Had one of these because she was longing for her illumibot, and because of her creativity, Ross fast-tracked that illumibot to her, and now we have another one. So I thought this was kind of cool, and thank you, Kelly Jean. These things, I get a kick out of them. I know we all do. So
I love it. illumibot. I have it.
illumibot. All right, and then we do have a third bright idea. So here we go. So this is what I was talking about, right? So Idaho brought up his skeleton for Halloween. Don Cartier bought a fogger. He bought a Foggy's fogger from, I believe it was from Lowe's. He actually picked it up. I didn't even know they sold Foggy's foggers. He got that there, and he built this. He uses this Vivor cooler. That's it's a powered cooler, right? Like a refrigerator, basically. And he's using that. So there's no chemicals, there's no dry ice. He's using that and like some ice packs he puts in it. But that cooler gets down to, below 30 degrees. So he can just run that and then it's pumping out. That was the fog test he was doing. And he says he doesn't have a life. There you go. But
you have a great life. You have a great life. You get to do this kind of stuff all the time.
Where does he get such wonderful toys? Hey, so I thought this was just very ingenious and very cool, and it's going to make his Halloween decorations that much better. And man, if I had that much mist, I would probably see about projecting. I mean, let's face it, Don, you're already projecting onto the ground. You got to point that mist in that spot and project down onto that mist. So we'll
we've
look
had
for
some
some
customers
videos
put
of
that and turn the mist into lava fields and water. Yeah, they've done some really neat things.
Yeah, so that would be neat to see. So that was some bright ideas for you. Where we're always watching what you're putting out on Facebook. And hey, I do want to say hi to Les and Be More out on TikTok. Thank you for joining us over there. Nice to know that we have folks watching on TikTok as well.
Frontier Outdoor Lighting also joined us. Welcome. And JCE Chavaria.
Very nice. Hey, you did a session over the weekend with some lighting folks. Did you want to talk about that a little bit?
I did.
Yeah, last Saturday, right? Last Saturday, you did a session. Okay, you're not remembering, but you did a session because I missed it. I didn't get to be on it. Where you?
Okay, yes. I'm like, dude. Yes, it's all coming back to me now. It was during the day. I was like, lighting at night. I don't remember this. Yeah, I met with the X-Lights folks in Texas. They do these meetups, and they're like lots of them. It's also a great community. And so I chimed in on a Zoom call with them, spent about an hour, and just kind of talked about my experience with X-Lights and with projection mapping and an illumibot and all that stuff, and a lot of Q&A. It was really, really great. Good crowd, good information. Got some more join our little beta test. Hopefully get that all polished off and release a really solid API. We're not going to try to sell a product for that. We're just going to open it up. All these DIYers that want to hook in and start making triggers work bidirectionally, like you did, just do it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up beta testing. We're going to talk later. Stick around, because later in the show, gang, I'm going to tell you how to get involved in the beta tests. We have some public beta now that you'll be able to get to. So again, stick around. You're going to see that later on in the show.
Hey, and Warren Zendano says, "Hey, woohoo! What's up, Warren?" And Rocker Chef
Warren.
Shane.
Yes, Rocker Chef Shane. That's a new name on the stream. So thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
And how are we doing with let's see how we're doing over here.
You can go back. I got throw a little. That one, I got a few of these that were from. This might have been from Idaho. I don't know. It was. I found it on the community. And
a second. Let me just get us. There we go. Look at that. Yeah. Very nice.
So that was just right there on the community. Just reached in and says, "Oh, let's try it." We just talked about it, so popped it in there. Yep. Great.
Very cool.
All right. Well,
yeah.
I
so
know
gang,
what's coming next.
Yes. Here we go. Let's get into our next segment. That's right. It's prompts of the week, folks. We're doing prompts of the week. Hey, I just got to ask, is the screen look blue to everybody, or is that just to me? I see blue screens. I can see everybody, but a lot of these visuals are looking blue to me all of a sudden.
They look
Hopefully
great
it's just
to me.
me.
It's just you. It's
Perfect.
just you.
All right. Well, for prompts of the week this week, we have 2 pages of prompts of the week for all of you. This one is, we have something ablaze, something inspiring, and something magical. The first one is Jason W. Ellis. We have, well, let's see here. We have this.
Man, that looks good.
Very cool. I like how they look very three-dimensional.
Very plastic.
All those characters. Right? And the next one is from Don Cartier. We have, this kind of reminds me of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. let's see. We've got this next one is, here we go.
It died, it shines. Ghosts and ghouls, let's dance and sing. Halloween forever, good times roll.
All right, and that one actually reminded me of what Don and Warren had been doing with some of the interesting VO stuff. So that was pretty cool as well. So well done. This next one we have from just Eric. It's from Eric. We have some one names in here. In fact, all three of these I'm noticing are Eric, Polly, and Merc Mode. Let's check out Eric's. I just thought that was cool, like the depth, right, of seeing that ghost come up, and it was that long hallway. It looked like in the center of the house. So just very cool.
Very cool.
And next one is from Polly. We got some dancing skeletons and some fire. And I just loved how they sounded like they're marching and stuff. You know, those you don't even need a song underneath. I didn't have to put any music underneath that, right? The next one is from Merc Mode. This is the one I was talking about. This is that image that's like, well, it's Christmas and Halloween. Let's take a look.
You know what? I think that's every prompt I've ever done in one.
Yeah, right. What I think is neat about that, I got to look at that prompt a little closer because, it's graffiti style. Okay, we can see it right here in the image because just the visual of that I thought was really neat, right? Like just a neat look to it. So very cool. Thank you for doing that. So there you go. Those are our surfaces of the week.
That's awesome.
Oh, and look at this. Look at this.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, so
Nice.
shoot, that's not even. So this I just pulled from the community, and it's a really good prompt from the community because it kind of blocks off all these segments, kind of segments your house. Here's one more that I thought was really cool. I just did it on 2 quick models, and in person it's looking okay on the screen, but in person it's just coming through really stunning. I'm not sure what we have on the camera here, but in person it's vibrant and just wow factor. It's
I mean, it looks very pretty cool to me. I liked even the one that you had with the creature from the Black Lagoon. I'm a huge fan of the creature from the Black Lagoon. I'm not sure why, but yeah, look at him down there. He looks good. For a long time I couldn't get that, and I got that recently on my house, but to be fair, I used a reference image, right? So I'm using some of the beta stuff to get there. So this is great stuff.
That would have been a good one to animate.
Well, I still can. I will go ahead and choose this one, and I will choose animate. And when I choose animate, it says the figure Dracula on the balcony gestures menacingly while the Frankenstein monster beneath appears to emerge creepily from the water. That's not Frankenstein. I'll change that to I'm going to change that to creature from the Black Lagoon, and I'll hit animate, and then next time we come by we'll see what it looks like.
Nice. All right.
Let's go to the next one.
Let's go to the next one. So the next one is,
oh yeah, this one's good.
Surfaces of the week.
It's Surfaces of the Week, folks. We have 2 for you this week. One is from Matthew Carroll, and the other one is from me. This one was, for me, is based on a challenge. So Jesse Gerhardt in our insiders, and you see him a lot out on Facebook, he messaged me and he said, "Hey Sal, I had been trying to do something small. I wanted to try to do the tip of a match. I couldn't do it. I challenge you to do that." So I said, challenge accepted.
Accepted.
And here we go. Let's take a look. And
look at that mask. It's nothing. Is that a sheep? Or a ghost?
it was like a mask.
Oh, a mask.
That was a flame, and yeah, I will tell you, it was challenging to do that. Like, not only is it challenging to get the projector to zero in and everything for what you had to do there, but then to capture it like with your phone, be able to show everybody. So like by far the best image was the one of the jack-o'-lantern that you could see there.
Yeah.
But man, it was hard to get there. So
I think you have set the record for the smallest projection mapping, at least in illumibot history, is the tip of a match. I think anybody looking at that would think the whole image generated, but that's an actual photo with an AI projection, and definitely a new record. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to see if I can get the tip of a needle or something.
yeah, go for it, because I'll tell you, you'll pull your hair out. It was interesting, and I was lucky to get as clean of a shot as I did with that.
That's good. It's really good.
And the animations were. I mean, it's just there's not enough space for all the for the pixels. I can't even speak. It's got me speechless.
What projector did you use for that one?
I used the AXA P7. Yeah, a little AXA P7. 1920 by 1080. Maybe if I had 4K and 4K pixels, maybe that could have done a little better. I don't know, man.
But AXA's the only one that you could get that close and really crank it. So no, good work.
Yeah, and I had in there like a shot you could see like the setup with the little AXA and then the thing in front of it. It was interesting. It was fun. So thank you, Jesse, for that. Matthew Carroll did this little statue, and if you look in this corner here, it looks like it's got like a sombrero. I'm not sure what this statue is, but he kind of turned it into it has like a thinker pose in all of these clips. So let's take a look. So these are just photos that he had, but we've got the skeleton. Yeah. We got one, I think that's Donald Trump, I think. One looks like a police officer, and then another one is Superman. So, but this falls in line, Ross, with, and I have a slide for it. Just a reminder for folks of the month of September is a very special month for challenges.
Yes, I was literally, Sal, I was about to say, you know what? This is a perfect example of, but do it. Hit the next slide. It's the perfect example of this.
Yes.
The contest. We've got a contest. We talked about it last week. We are giving away an illumibot, and we're also giving away hundreds of dollars of tokens, like 4 different 5,000 packs of tokens. The contest is did we have that new slide, Tristan?
No, there's not a new slide. That you can pull up the website.
Oh, you want to pull up the website and look at it real quick?
You want me to do that?
Or you?
Either or, you, Sal, me, doesn't matter. If you want to do it.
We'll pull it up so that people can see what
it's
we
on
just.
the website. Okay, wait a second. I got it. Here we go. I can do that.
Show that. So this contest is going to go for the month of. We'll publish this shortly. Is that live or not yet?
Yeah, that's live.
That's live. Okay.
Yeah, it is live.
Yeah,
it's out on the website. I just pulled it up.
Yeah, you go to illumibot.ai. Right in the middle, it says contest. So the month of September, and the object is to trick us, to be tricky. And what you're going to do is you're going to take some object. Again, we need to put the example video, maybe just the example of the hamper one.
Yeah.
because that's the perfect example. We talked about it last week, where you take a regular, ordinary object, projection map on it using your illumibot, and make it look so convincingly something else that everyone could not guess what the original object is. That's the mission of the prompt. If you can just mind bend someone, it has to be photo or video of the real thing in action, and you don't have to say what it is. And we'll just and the way that you submit it is just on socials, anywhere. I don't pick your favorite social, hashtag it with illumibot. We researched that. There's only a little bit of action on there, so we should be able to sniff those out. Put it out there, and we have some rewards for who gets the likes and the comments and all that fun stuff. We'll pick some of the best ones for the contest on the 30th, and then on the 1st is October 1st. At that illumibot live, we will open up voting at the beginning, let it run all live, and at the end we'll tally the votes and give away an illumibot. And then if you win one prize, you can't win the other one. So you pick the best one, that's what you get. And then that way we can share the love to at least 5 winners, maybe more, who knows. Yeah, so trick us, make some, be thinking about. This is that earlier slide on the brain, IllumiBrain, where you can think, I could turn that into something else with your illumibot. That is the ultimate challenge.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Excited about that. And you were talking about the hamper that was a grated cheese, or the cheese grater. That was from Warren Zendano. You can see that out on Facebook. He had that out there, and it was very convincing, and it spawned a whole contest. The idea spawned a whole contest. So great job, Warren. I'm sure he's ramping up, man, for this contest. I'm sure he's pulling out all the stakes for this one. So watch out, folks.
I'm looking for
our animation here. Let's see.
Well, and it's interesting because the animation only talked about the creature. My guy up top gets too tall, chops off that head. So this is when I should have. In fact, I'll reorganize that. And because I didn't say anything about the guys on the right, well, they didn't move. They stayed there. So I'm going to take another stab at this one and actually add my own content and tell it what I want it to do.
Hey, Ross, reshow some of the other ones that.
Very cool, though. And
reshow some of these other ones.
I bet Paul Landry likes that vampire.
Oh yeah, they vampire. Do. Yeah, he fixed the Tristan fixed the exposure or something on the camera, so now you can see that they look a little more accurately. They're looking a little closer to what they look like.
Yeah. No, great stuff. Great stuff.
All right. Let's jump into the next one.
Yes, the next one would be let's get her up on the stage. All right, gang, this is product focus. Product focus this week. We're going to do fun with timeline masks. So, and you can kind of see it right on the screen. I do this little heart there, but we're going to do this real time with you. So if you bear with me a second, I'm just going to pull this off, and we're going to bring up my phone. All right, so hopefully you can see this. We're going to go big for you here. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play, and then it's going to bring me to timeline, and we're going to get into the timeline, and I'm going to we'll open up the show timeline and click edit, and then I'm going to select my house, and this is the one that you saw. So you can see here I have an overlay that is masked in the timeline. Now I'm just gonna edit this so I can show you what I did here. Now the first thing is I'm gonna clear all of this. All right, I'm gonna clear my mask, and I just have this video in here. Then if I go here, you'll see I can actually I can set the opacity on it, right? And it's just this video clip that I brought in. I actually got this video clip, I don't know, maybe a year ago. Somebody posted on the Facebook community, And there's different methods that I have here for masking, right? So I can, of course, I can resize this. I can make it bigger or smaller, whatever I need to do. But when I go into mask, I have, you can see I have point, I have line, and I have brush. Now brush, I can set my brush size, and I can just kind of brush in there, whatever I want to be shown. And if I click apply, you'll see, and it might be hard to see over this, but you can see it's just that shape that I brushed in. All right. So now let's go back because I want you to understand that there are these different tools, and the tools, sometimes these tools are changed, right? Maybe in the newer versions we might see some other tools, but this is what you have available to you today. So I thought it was important for you to see that. So now with line, I can just draw a line with my finger and create a shape, right? And look, that shape's all kind of wonky. I can click on points, and now you can see that shape has all these points. And if I highlight a point, I could delete it, right? There we go. And now that line gets very straight for me. I can get rid of some of these other ones that I kind of messed up. But, the idea is I can come in and tweak it. So I start it with the line. I could stretch things out if I need to, or again, delete it. I can edit it. So the point there is I can switch between these tools as I'm building out my mask. Again, I can clear all of that. And I could just simply do points if I wanted. And that's what I did with the heart. So if you wanted to do some sort of crazy shape that you mask your video to, you can do that. And then again, if it's not perfect, you can add more dots by clicking between the dots. And now I have an extra dot there that I can pull out, right, and move around. And you can create some just cool shapes, like maybe you want to do a star or a heart or whatever. You're not limited to a rectangle and when you're doing these masks. And certainly, like I said, you could do the brush, but if you want something, with points and stuff, then obviously the line or the points themselves would be a much better choice. But you can see that shape now that I have there, and that'll stay through, and the video will play right through that shape. So that's the only piece that I would have there. And of course, since it's an overlay, I could always still go back and edit the overlay. I can size it. So even though that shape's done, I can size that down and move it around. That shape is hanging out with it. And then I could apply that. The other thing I could do is I could say, well, I want to swap the video, right? And it wouldn't matter that I had that there already. Like I could swap it with this guy. And you'll see that my mask is still there. You can see it kind of thinking as it's pulling the video over. But look, that mask is still there. So that's another tip, is that, when you build out these masks and stuff on your timeline, you can duplicate your timeline. You don't have to do that over and scratch. And then you can just, even the main video, I can hit swap and I can change it out for some other video that I have and now have this on there. So you got 2 tips for one, I guess, in this one. But anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. I hope this is helpful for some of you out there. If you haven't tried that, please try those different options.
Yeah, that's great stuff. Lots of details. The challenge is to keep it really easy, especially for new users coming on, to not get intimidated and hop in and do it. And then simultaneously keep giving you capability to just do more and more things. And it's just a delicate balance of, I want to add more and also want to simplify and keep it easy, take the friction out. So it's just a balance we keep doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, I want to put this out there too, to the community is, look, if there are things that you're trying to do, of course, post it on Facebook and people will help you. But if there are things you'd like to see, sometimes when I see stuff out there on Facebook that people are asking, I say, that's good for the show. Other people would benefit from that. So if you have ideas, feel free to send them my way directly, send them to illumibot and say, hey, we'd like to see this on the live, and we'll do our best to accommodate that and make sure we're giving you tips and tricks and things that you want to see.
Speaking of tips and tricks, Idaho, do you have any tips or tricks that work for you? I'm putting you on the spot.
You know, I'm kind of rusty on. I'm not going to lie. You know, it's been sitting here in the garage while I've been doing other projects. Been watching all these videos that Sal's been doing, trying to figure out a couple of things that I want to do this year with it. I told you I was going to do that event with the community when we do like the food trucks.
Yeah.
I'm going to have kids coming in and projecting on the house and stuff like that. So I really got to dial in my game here pretty quick on this thing.
That's right. That's right. Well, we're going to share some tips and tricks with you to help you get sharpened up. I think that's our next segment there, isn't it?
It certainly is. You know, man, you know the whole pattern now. All right, tips and
Yes,
tricks.
Tips and tricks.
All right, gang, it's tips and tricks. This week we have no shortage of tips or tricks for you. The first one is a token saving tip, and I've gotten this from Michael Carden. Actually, I've heard him say this a few times, where he'll use the static images. Remember, with your subscription, you can you can generate as many static images as you want. So generate those static images, and then if you have videos of your own that you want to use, you can use those as overlays to bring it to life. So just like you saw me do an overlay in that last product focus, you can bring in your own images, bring in your own animations and things, and put them on your house. So it's a little token saving tip. If you don't want to do a ton of AI animations, you have the flexibility within illumibot to bring your own stuff in. So thank you, Michael, for that one. The next one is a tech tip. So you want to try masking your location differently. Interestingly enough, I'm going to tell you how to do this first. First, you can save and reuse your mask. And the way you do that, and actually, I guess I could show you, the way you do that is you do that straight from, let's see here. If we remove this, and here we go. We'll make this big. So if I go to let me cancel out of this. If I go to my location, and we'll go to this location, this dollhouse. If I go here and I click on my mask, same thing. And by the way, the same thing happens for your location image. If I click on that, right? If I click on my mask, I can download this, right? By clicking up top here and click download. Now, what you can do is you can save that original mask, and you could then tweak the mask, right? You could tweak it however you want to use that mask. You could tweak it and then re-upload it there. You don't have to change your corner pinning or anything. As long as you don't change the aspect ratio or anything of your mask, you'll be completely fine. And then you can re-upload it and then generate off of that, right? Remember, that mask acts like a cookie cutter. Whatever the AI generates, then that mask will kind of cookie cut out. That is the area and the spots that you want to see, or for your projection. So it's just a cool tip. But I will tell you this: something I saw this week in the beta testing, which makes this even easier. In the beta, you can now duplicate your location. So now you'll be able to have that same location with the same mask and corner pinning and everything there. But now you can make changes. So if you want to say, like, I changed my location image. I've talked about this before, where I remove my the windows on my garage door. I could have one location where I have the real image with the garage door with the windows, and one location with them removed. I could have one location that has, a mask that has everything, and one that has all the windows cut out, so I'm not projecting light into my bedroom window or something all night. So again, some fun, interesting things that you'll be able to do with that, and we'll show you more of that when we get to release time. But just something that I knew this was part of our show tonight, and I said, "Wow, that just came out." I think it was yesterday in the latest beta. So cool stuff. All right. Yeah. So we had one more. Let me add this back, and the last one is an enclosure tip. Just a proactive maintenance tip. Always check your fans. Check your fans are running in your enclosure. I've had this happen to me where and I have like a Wi-Fi thermostat inside my enclosure. So I'll start getting alerts on my phone. I'm saying, why is it getting so hot in there? What's going on? And I'll run out and I'll take a look. And sure enough, my fan wire was unplugged, for some reason. So always just make sure, obviously those fans are what's pulling, circulating the air inside your enclosure. And if the air doesn't circulate inside your enclosure, then your projector's just acting like it's just your enclosure becomes an oven for your projector, right? All the hot air your projector's pumping out has nowhere to go. So just a proactive tip. Hopefully it helps somebody.
I needed this like a day ago. Sorry, mine overheated out front. I had the door open, which has the fan on it, and it shut off. And I went out there going, "What happened?" And I looked, and I was like, "Oh, okay, it got too damn hot," because it's still like 100 here in Idaho. So
yeah. Installing the enclosure, Jen Friels is asking any tips on installing. Mine is, as far as placement, maybe you've already got the placement. If I had to place, walk around the yard with the long extension cord, find that right spot. Angles are okay. And then depending on your enclosure style, that's another whole segment or whole show we could do on just enclosures, all the different crazy enclosures out there. If it's the kind that Justin makes, which are amazing, and with the screw things to just drill those into the grass. Some people like to put them in concrete. Some people just put them on posts so they can pull them in and out. There's a lot of different ways. You just want to make sure it's steady, it's safe, and on most of these projectors for home, they're 4,000 or 5,000 lumens. They're going to be down low. That's fine. If you're punching out really crazy amounts of lumens, then you could go up, or if you just want to get up and over people's heads, but just somewhere stable. And maybe we do a segment or a whole show one day on enclosures.
I think that would be neat. And certainly if you have intake holes, right, like for the air to flow, don't cover them. Don't sit it in the grass or sit it on a flat surface and now those holes are blocked and it can't suck the air in. That happens sometimes. We're not thinking about that, and that can be the culprit, right? So watch for that. We did have another comment from Brandon Sanders. Do you think you could create an illusion doing this into a mirror, projecting into a fog, for instance, using Atmos effects videos? Into a mirror. I've tried, honestly, I have tried projecting onto a mirror, and I've tried hitting it from angles and stuff, and it never really popped for me. It was very, very faint. I don't know if there's a trick to that, Ross. And then the fog is just, look, we've seen that before, right? Illumiflame projecting on a fog mist wall. That definitely works. I've seen people project on fog or even shoot lasers into the fog, and that definitely works because it's got that white sort of opacity, right? That lets you do it. But the mirror is a tricky one for sure.
I think the best thing to do, like most everybody's, go get a mirror and try it. Just try stuff. See what you can get away with, and you'll always be surprised on there. Fog's tricky because it just dissipates everything, so it's just gonna capture light all throughout it. And that's why with the Illumiflame we had to really get a thin wall to get the imagery on. But all that's a result of just trying stuff out, just experimenting.
Trial and error. And that's part of the fun of it. The wind, yeah. I did something once though. There's a light called a flame light, and it's I got it off of Amazon. It's like a thin piece of fabric that with fans that blows it straight up, and then it can be different. It has LEDs, it can be different colors and stuff. But I just had it go up, and then I projected on that. With that, less likely to deal with the fan dissipating or the wind dissipating the fog. So just another option for folks out there. Cool. Jeff Drills asked, how far off the ground? I don't know what the rule of thumb is. Is it like 6 inches, a foot?
Yeah,
maybe?
Just enough for airflow. As long as you got airflow, then that's it. I have some in my yard that are literally about 2 inches, just enough for that hot air to get out and get around. And then a few others, maybe a little higher. Some actually, but mine are pretty low. The 3 that are under the pine straw are low. Use a black mirror. That's a good tip. All right.
I have
I
read
don't-
if you use like a two-way mirror works. I've read, but I
Okay.
didn't have one on hand. I don't have a lot of two-way mirrors in my house, so put a black mirror. There you go.
Victor,
I
I heard of it. There's a show like that, right? Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, there is kind of like a Twilight Zone sort of show. I've seen
There's
it.
probably one in Sal's shopping cart on Amazon right now.
Yeah, there probably is.
Are there pre-made scenes with video we can use? How do I go about looking at those?
I'd say Victor's new. If you look up earlier, can't wait to get my stuff set up, new user. Victor, definitely go check out the community in the app. You're going to see a ton of things that people have made and the formula on how to make them so that they shape to your house. They're not just there. In addition, we have a great partnership with Atmos Effects. So all of the entire Atmos Effects library of pre-made videos are there at your fingertips. You can preview them all in the app. And if you already own Atmos Effects, you just sync your account and they're all unlocked for you. You can buy new ones right there in the app. Just use your tokens or check out and you're good to go. So those are some ways to
still
do
doing that content where you're gonna get with those creators to like publish shows that we can buy? Are you still kind of working on that?
Yeah, we are behind schedule on releasing the marketplace, but yeah, that is just killing me not to have that released yet. But yeah, then for those of you who just love, you don't mind somebody else go making it for you. You just say, hey, look, here's my house, and you grant access, and then they go make it for you, and you're rocking and rolling. So that got to have that out soon because there's a lot of shows needing to get created here before season gets cooking.
That's it.
That's it. Welcome, Cliff.
So I mentioned before, I talked a bit about the betas, right? And, me doing certain things with the betas. Well, wouldn't it be nice if everybody could join the beta if they so choose? And now you can. Who wants to test the betas? So you can get to this today. If you go to illumibot.ai/beta, you can help improve Illumibot. Just note, look, they're betas, so you have to understand that with a beta, there can be bugs, there can be issues.
There will be bugs.
There will be bugs. There will be issues.
There will be issues.
Yes. So while you may get to try cool, neat stuff and see what's kind of coming next, please be understanding of the fact that that's part of the process, right? Finding bugs and providing the feedback is all part of the process.
Yeah, you get early access to what's coming out, early access to the great things that are happening. You get to influence it and shape it, like, hey, gets with the feedback loop. And if at any time you're like, okay, I've had enough of this and I want to go back to stable, you just bail out of there, go download the regular app from the App Store again or Google Play Store. And it's just your account, so it's going to be fine. You'll just go back to what you were on and no problem.
Yeah. And I always tell people that, right? Like use the release version if you're like, you want things to work and what to expect, but definitely try to kick the tires. I will say it is a little easier to flip back and forth on Apple. Their test flight makes it easier. As I understand it on the Android side, it's almost like you have to kind of come out of the beta completely, then download the regular and got to reapply for the beta. But hey, your feedback will definitely help shape things. So have at it. What else? How are we doing? Did you generate another?
I did. Hop back
animation
over,
or no?
show that. So what I did is instead of making a new one, I used.
There are gremlins tonight.
I used the extend feature. There we go. So instead of replacing it, I extended it, and I kind of used a little bit of a stop motion kind of feel. So there. Oh, move the URL out of the way. There you go, Tristan. There you go.
There we go.
So that was the animation we had. Then I told it, make Dracula, because he was cutting off his head. Why don't you have Dracula drop down and confront the other guy as the mummy walks over to see what's going on. And then I told the werewolf to jump over on the other side and then kind of crouch down. I guess he turns back into a wolf a little bit. That was an unexpected bonus. So yeah, that's the original. But it's so instead of replace, there's a button called extend, which helps you make longer animations, and you know you can stop motion style or whatever you want. I told it to kind of animate the rest of it as well, and so again, just words, and you pick it up. I could have replaced, which I did do instead of extend. I just said another set of words, and it turns out a little different. That the guy got bigger, and you know he does. So yeah, that's just a couple of different variants it did while I was sitting there.
So, you know, we've talked about extend before, and it's probably worth stating again. There's a nuance to the way it works, right? Depending on where you use it. So if you use extend within your prompt area, what you'll get is the resulting video will be extended. It'll be a longer video. In other words, it'll have the original video plus the new piece added all in one long shot, right? So a 10-second video extended will now come out with, as a result, a 20-second video. You'll still have that 10-second video, but you'll now have a 20-second as well. If you did extend AI on the timeline, what it does is it drops a separate clip for that extension piece, because it gives you the ability to, you know, do whatever you might want to do with it. If you wanted to transition or what have you, or just have it play straight through, that's fine too. But it is a slight nuance. So if you're thinking, hey, I'm not sure what AI will do, you might want to do it on the timeline, because then if you don't like the extension, then it's very easy there. You can, you know, you can just delete it and remove it from your timeline. But, you know, the flip side of that is you could take the long 20-second one, put it on your timeline, and snip it. You know, you could also snip it back to whatever you want to do. My point is, again, flexibility, options, different ways of doing things. Plenty of ways to skin a cat. So,
speaking of skinning a cat, just kidding.
A kitten with a donut, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think the cat is out of the bag on what the next session is, I guess.
Oh my gosh.
Since
you hit the hole in one with that one. Oh, never mind.
All right. Well, here we go, gang.
Weekly challenge.
And we've got the weekly challenge, gang. So last week's challenge was outline the architecture challenge. I just love when we can kind of outline the windows and the doors. Some people do it with neon lights. Some people do it with, they try to make them like look like C9s, or like, you know, the traditional Christmas lights. Maybe people like Skelly want to do it with donuts and line the way. I don't know, right? There's all kinds of ways and things that you could do this. So let's take a week. Let's take a look at this week's weekly challenge. Say that 5 times fast. All right, gang.
That's great. Nice. Cut the music bars. Love it.
Cool. So what's amazing to me with this is when you look at these, I mean, you wouldn't even know that, you know, you really wouldn't know that they weren't real lights, you know, lining these buildings. Yet no one got up on a ladder, no one purchase special neon lights or anything like that. So it's just so cool to see. And I know a lot of these, if not maybe all of them, were shared out to the community. So if you like this stuff and you want to try it on your house, just get out to the community site on the app. All right. So
I did. I
now,
hopped out to the community while you were doing that, and I grabbed one
Yeah.
right there. It's actually from
Oh.
Idaho. It had the outlines, and it said "will work for tokens." And
oh, well, why don't we, let's see, why don't we take a
snagged
look
that.
here? Look at
Yeah,
that. Will work
so
for
I didn't
illumibot.
have to do anything on this. I just had to go pull his prompt, and it
I kept it G-rated. It was going to be a little bit different, but I decided to go G-rated on it. So.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad I was able to use it. Will work for
Thank
illumibot
you
tokens
for
right
the-
there. So yeah,
Thank you
real
for
easy.
the G rating on that. All right. So
Oh, the votes are
now
coming in
people
already.
know the drill. Folks are
Yep,
already
they know
voting.
it.
So here's the
We
deal,
know how to
gang.
do
I
this.
had made a special bot for this week, and I realized during the show, I said the bot's not working for whatever reason during the show. We will beat this. We will get a working bot for the next show, because I was that close. I was that close, Ross. It worked in testing, and it didn't work
Yes.
live. So we'll figure it out. I think it's because these chats, the way the chat works when we're on streams looks different than when I'm doing it.
Right.
not
You
live.
don't mean a
We're gonna have
illumibot,
to
you mean
test it
a
that
chat
way.
bot. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, no, a chatbot, yeah,
Yes,
to
a
count up
chatbot.
all these. But the votes are coming in. I do have to call out one thing. Look, we have rules, gang. We have rules with these
That's
things.
right.
We had a rule last week that said you cannot win twice in a month. We got to share the love. Other people
You
have
can
to play,
enter,
have to be able
but
to
you
win.
cannot win.
You can enter, and Merc Mode won
Did
last week,
enter.
and he entered, and I love that he entered. But Merc Mode, I'm sorry, man, but them's the rules. All right.
Yeah.
So let's see how we're doing here. Folks are bringing in their votes. They know what to do. Just vote your number of the one that you like the best, and we'll tally them up with my abacus over here. I don't know. We're going to tally them up as best we can, and we'll find our winner. So let's see. I'm going to take a look. You guys just keep talking amongst yourself, and I'll keep adding things up here as we go.
Keep cooking them in there. I'm looking at the community again for some inspiration. There are some good ones. Idaho, what's your plans next? What you got a lot going on coming up here? What else?
Well, I got to take a brief trip down to Southern California. We're taking the granddaughter down for her 4th birthday to Disneyland, and love her to death. But man, it's going to put me way behind schedule when I get back here for Halloween. So
when are you going?
We leave the 12th.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're close to Sal's going right before you.
Are you, Sal?
Yeah. I'll be.
Are you
I'll be
staying in
down
the
there.
park, Sal, or are you going somewhere in town?
We are not. We are staying at an Airbnb. I'm going to have the whole clan with me, and the park does not accommodate. Well, not in one room at least. The park does not accommodate you well when you have a lot of people. We're going to have.
And Disney isn't a sponsor of this, right, Ross? I mean, they're not
No.
like an affiliate.
No,
Because
not yet.
I quoted
Not yet.
that Disneyland hotel. I about had a coronary. It was for 5 adults and my granddaughter. It was like $7,000 for like 4 days inside the park. It was nuts.
That's nuts. That's crazy.
Oh wow! All right, and I'm looking on the chat on TikTok as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll answer one. So while you
Well,
look at
gang.
that, Kelly Jean asks, any advice on enclosures for winter in Minnesota? Any of the enclosures are fine, Kelly Jean. In fact, that message just came up with recently. Watched it in. Oh, it was on the support tickets, and the answer came from White Wolf, who has lots of snow up in Ohio, where he's at. Not Ohio.
no, he's in Virginia.
West Virginia, because I drove the
Yeah.
backwoods of West Virginia just to get to his house, like many miles of it. Actually, I didn't. Autopilot did really good. But he says, look, they're fine. Just get you one of those small once it kicks in and gets heating, the projector is a giant easy bake oven, so it's going to heat it up anyway. But if you want to put one of those amphibious little blankets like you have to keep an iguana warm at the pet store, just plug that in there. Or other, Sal, you have other ideas on just
I use what's called a PTC heater. P Paul Tom Cat, right? PTC heater. A few of us use those, and it's just a little fan with a little heat block on it, and it's very small. It goes inside your case. You can set it, with a thermostat, and it heats it up fast. Like I tried one of those reptile mats you're talking about. They're very slow to heat. This thing will get it up to temperature quickly, and then you can use, like one of those, what do they call them? Those the thermostat things that'll turn it on and off. And they're cheap, and they just work. So check that out as well. Lots of options.
And all you're trying to do with that, Kelly Jean, is to keep the temperature, the startup temperature. If it's like below freezing or low, you want to keep that so it just protects the equipment. Once that thing gets on and going, it's good. It's self-heating and it's fine.
It'll do its own. Yeah, it'll do its own.
Yeah, still working on AI in the transitions of the mask. All right, let's get our vote here.
We do have a winner, and that is Somerset Projections, number 2. That's Charlie JP's Somerset Projections, or Productions. Sorry, I thought it said Projections. It's Productions.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Charlie. You are the recipient of some tokens. Well done.
Tokens going to the UK.
Yes, far out into the UK. There you go. All right. And that means we got to get into, what is next week's challenge, gang? All right. So next week's challenge will be, here we go. It is the movie trailer challenge. I love movies. Look, you're going to build your shows. Many times we want to tell a story with our show. So I thought movie trailer challenge would be great. Tell a story in a short amount of time. You're going to use your illumibot to build this movie trailer for some sort of imaginary event. Don't do an existing movie, right? Make it something imaginary and fun. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. Do we want to do real projections? I did leave that from last time. Do you want real projections only, or do you want to open it up beyond that?
No, I mean, it can be either. I do prefer real projections. It just proves that you're doing this on a house and you're projecting. So maybe we sweeten the pot with, if it's real, you get a little bonus tokens, and if it's image, you still win. But real, there's a reward to putting out the real stuff. It makes a difference.
Fantastic. Submission guidelines. I did make this. Look, last week, I'll admit, gang, the slide was a mess, like with all the rules. Now I think it's a bit more readable or legible here. So please follow the submission guidelines. I'm going to get this up on Facebook after the show for all of you to have, and I can't wait to see what kind of movie trailers you'll create. So all right, there we go.
I love it. I love the challenge. I hope everybody jumps in. It's been a good show tonight. I got some more Idaho Skelly prompts from the community. Just perusing Idaho. You got a lot of prompts going on here.
Yeah, I was out there most of the night, and I was, of course, bugging Mike. So kept texting him, "Hey, why is it doing this? Because you're not doing that." And I was like, "Okay, thanks." So I was really surprised. I haven't logged in a while, and there was so many new features on the bot, dude. I was just sitting there, okay, what does this do if I press this? So
try it. Hey, look, and whenever you do log in, you're like, what does this do? Just try it. I mean, what are you going to hurt? Just give it a shot. Go do stuff.
Yeah. And
I
Ross
did lose my stencil pencil, so to press the little stuff.
Oh, the stylus. You're talking about the
stylus. Yeah. Big
Ross,
fingers were trying to press all the buttons.
Ross has mentioned this a few times over the last few streams. Look, if you have your bots out there, sitting in the box, if you're waiting to get ready for the holidays or what have you to start doing it, look, just plug those in, because there have been updates to the actual bot itself too. So if you get that on the network and you get that plugged in, we want to get you updated. We want to make sure you're going to have the best experience when you do start building those shows and getting out there. So if you haven't done it, plug them in today. All right.
Katya says, "Oh my gosh, it has to be me." Yes, let's get it. Let's get those things out there and let's have some fun with it. So, All right.
Absolutely.
Well, this was a great show. Thank you, Sal, as always.
First.
Thank you, Idaho, for joining us, and Idaho skeleton behind you, or Ross Skelly. Or
He's expecting a Christmas card from you, just so you know.
yes.
Hey,
Well,
thanks
we
for having
appreciate
me on again, guys. I had a great time.
We
Hey, thanks for
appreciate you
joining
having
us.
you on, and we got big plans for future shows. Again, if anybody has something they want to see, let us know. We're always game for it. I enjoy it. I know Sal enjoys it. And let's go from there. I can't wait to see your submissions. I can't wait to see all of your weekly challenge submissions in there. And it's coming up season. You're going to make some amazing content for Halloween. And I can't wait to see what you create. I'll see you on the next one.